Uh-huh. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fall River Media News. This morning, I want to talk about my robot that I bought. There he is, right there, Sanders. He's a great robot, which is, and you know what? And I get it. Okay. Um, People don't like robots. Okay, and I get that. Okay, but hey, this is my opinion and my options about this. Okay, I get that. You know what I'm saying? But and this is what I like to do. Talk about robots and just talk about the things that that I like to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, so this is the things that I like to do, and this is actually Sanders, though. I mean, he's actually pretty cool. And I really like to show it live, to people to see. I want to see, and the reason why I do this is to so that way I can see. I want to see people's reactions on about these things. Say like, hey, check him out, man. Yeah, see that?
Hello, I'm an intelligent robot.
See? Hey, welcome to Sanders.
Robots with me.
Yeah, see, yeah, robot, yeah, robot Sydney. So this is Sanders, and Sanders is a very intelligent robot, and we're gonna be exploring a lot of things in robots. Okay, we're going to be exploring different ones, um, and we're also going to keep. We're also going
Why
to
aren't you talking with me?
see.
I'm so bored.
Okay.
Move forward, my friend.
See. So we're gonna be talking about different robots.
Turning
Okay.
right. Turning right.
So say he wants to turn right. You know. So we're going to be talking about different
Move
robots.
forward, my friend.
So we're going to talk about different robots, okay, and how robots work, okay, and because I want to basically see the reaction on people, and hear a lot from the locals, like people from out of people from in other places, and I like to see. I want to see what their the basic reaction is. You know what I'm saying? So, and we just want to have a little fun with it. You know what I'm saying? And and see. I want to see what the people's reaction. You know what I'm saying? So, and I get it because I can already see the people's reactions on on the robots and stuff. I can see what's going to happen with this. And some people, not a lot of there's some people don't like AI. And I like AI. Okay, some people don't, some people do. I'm not going to say everybody does, but I'm just going to say that I'm one of these. I'm one of them that likes these robots. Okay, and I really want to see how they work, and and see exactly what they do. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? People talk about China, and they talk about China making robot armies and stuff like that. I haven't seen that yet. So, and right now, to me, all that stuff that people say to me about China making robots, I think it's just a theory. Okay, I think people are just more afraid. Uh, you know, um, what's gonna happen or what they say is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, I didn't see any robot army being announced. Okay, from China or anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't seen that. So, but look, I mean, this is Sanders. Look at, I mean, Sanders is pretty awesome.
Hello, I'm an intelligent robot.
See?
Come explore the world of robots with me.
Well, I'm going to tell you, and I do have.
Activating reconnaissance mode. Scanning environment. Preparing for battle.
See, it's just a robot. You know what I'm saying?
Forward, my friend.
And it's not going to.
Forward, my friend.
And and this is not going. This is just it's just a robot. I mean, and I don't get it, and I don't understand why people are afraid of robots. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? So, but we're going to explore many robots, and we're going to talk about them, even robot dogs. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do a lot of exploring different robots and trying out different things and see what they and see what they are. You know what I'm saying? And see what they can do. You know what I'm saying? Um, I basically looked it up, and um, I'll acknowledge it that if you put the wrong operating system in it, then you're gonna have a problem. But if you put the right operating system in it, then you won't have a problem. You know what I'm saying? But some people use it for evil. Some people don't. I want to create a robot where that it's going to be used for positive. Okay, it's a positive energy. I want to use robots to, help people, cross the street, elderly women, help them with their bags, put them in their cars, do nice things. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but that's the way I'm going, with it. So, robots are awesome. Okay, if you know how to put the operating system put a operating the right operating system in it. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I learned a lot over the years on robots, and let me tell you, and I'll tell you, robots are not like people, like some people are talking. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, a lot of people like to go bah, 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 like this about, oh, I hate robots, I hate AI. Okay, so I mean, that's you. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. Okay, if you don't, I mean, that's your opinion. You're right to not like AI. Okay, but we just don't want that stuff to be reflected onto us. You know what I'm saying? That to the people that do. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. Well, so to the people that's doing basically the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want that reflecting on us. So I want to make that clear. I want to put that out there straight. But hey, you have your right, okay, to not uh, like him. Okay, that's your right, your opinion. Um, under the First Amendment constitutional rule, it's your right, and and I respect those rights. So, but we don't. I mean, if you came up to me and said, "Oh, hey, you know what? I don't like robots." You know what I'm going to tell you? That's your right not to. Okay, I'm going to say that to you. Okay, That's your right not to like robots, and that's your right to not like AI. I agree. Okay, sometimes AI could, be difficult, but I use AI um, as a to do research on it. But I also use DuckDuckGo to do my research too, and I also use Google to do my research too as well. So, with all that being said, so those are the websites that I use my research. I use ChatGPT, I use Google, and I use DuckDuckGo. Okay, for my research. So whatever I don't find on ChatGPT, I'll find it on Google. If I don't find it on Google, I'll use DuckDuckGo. Okay, to do the research. Okay, so either way, what I'm saying, either way I'll find it. You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing this for a very long time. As you didn't know, okay, so I've been doing this for a very long time. I did research for a very long time, and I found I found it where that robots are they can be helpful in the community when they want to. Okay, if you actually use it right. Okay, so I mean robots could be helpful with people walking people across the street. Okay, people helping people with their bags and stuff like that. Just like, and I know they're not human, and when you talk to me about it, you're going to say, well, they're not human. Okay, so I know that. Okay, I'm already gonna tell you that I already know that. So I mean, hey, they could be useful in a lot of ways. Okay, uh, robots could be used in different ways. Okay, walk people across the street, help them with their groceries. Okay, and they can do just like a human can. They can do volunteer in the community too. Okay, so I mean that's a lot of helpful. And they also can help, pick up boxes, heavy stuff where an elderly can't. Okay, pick up. A robot can do that. You know what I'm saying? Um, but and something, and I do get it. Okay, people talk about self scans. People talk about uh, you know yeah, self scans, and robots are going to take over our jobs. I haven't seen one yet take over our jobs here, and I haven't seen one yet. So, and I something, and I don't even think, and something. Out of my opinion, I may have to do a little bit of research on that. Robots are not going to take over jobs. Okay, they're not. Robots are not going to take over jobs. So now we're living in a time that robots are going to be part of our lives. Okay, they are going to be part of our lives. Okay, you choose not to interact with it if you don't want to. Okay, that's your right. Okay, not to interact. But robots are going to be part of robots are already even AI. AI is part of our lives too. So, and if you don't, I mean, whether you agree with me or you don't agree with me, robots are going to be part of our lives. Robot is also already a part of society already. Okay, so even though they're not human, okay, like we are, but they are part of our lives now. Okay, they are going to be part of our lives, and whether I like it or not. So now I have to roll with this. Okay, so I have to roll with this now. Okay, because they are okay. Look at Marty, Stop and Shop. Okay, Marty's part of the whole entire Stop and Shop. Okay, Marty's part of Stop and Shop. Okay, corporate. Okay, and uh, us as employees, when we go in to go to work, we have to see Marty around. Okay. And yeah, a lot of people talk about Marty. Okay. Marty, customers, talk about Marty, saying Marty's ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Marty's a robot. Okay. Marty's a robot. But, and Marty is part of the, Marty's part of the, Stop and Shop. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see anything wrong with that. Okay. I don't see anything wrong with it at all. You know, I mean, just like, I don't see basically anything wrong with this. Okay. So I don't see anything wrong with this. Okay. I don't. It's just a
Hello,
robot that lights
I'm
up.
an intelligent robot. Come explore the world of robots with me.
Yeah. So he just grows. You know what I'm saying? So um, his name is Sanders, the future. Okay. So this is basically the future. Okay. This is part of our life now. Okay, so I mean, whether you want to agree, whether you agree with me or not, hey, like I said, you can agree with me or you can't. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? But and and you can complain. I mean, well, I don't like robots. I'm gonna say that's your right. I'm saying so that is basically your right to not agree with me. Okay, not everybody agrees, but some people do agree. And a lot of children like robots. Okay, I mean, again, let's go with Marty. Okay, people go into Stop and Shop. Okay, Rodman Street, any Stop and Shop where it is a robot, they like them. They like these. Okay, so um, because robots entertain the children when they come in. Okay, so and I've seen it many times. Soon as the kids come in, boom, they run right over to Marty. I know one kid that loves Marty, and he's always asking for Marty all the time, and he loves robots. Okay, so I mean, it's. I mean, if you thought that robots were no good, children would not trust them. You know what I'm saying? At all. So children would not trust them at all. So, but they do, go up to them, and they do talk. They do, hi Marty, and sometimes they want to dress up Marty for Thanksgiving. They want to dress up Marty for Christmas. Marty gets to go into the parade. I mean, and people do take pictures of Marty. I took a picture of Marty. I like Marty. Okay, I have no problem with Marty. Yeah, I mean, he gets in the way, but hey, you know what I'm saying? But he calls out all the cleanups and does most of the paperwork for corporate and sends the order, sends the order. So, and to get more stuff, and that's what Marty does. You know what I'm saying? So, and Marty plugs himself in. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen Marty plug himself in many times, and that's it. But when you robots are going to be part of our lives, okay? And I get it. You don't like it. Well, I mean, hey, something. If you don't like something, then what you do is you can kind of like really move your way. You know, just ignore it. You know what I'm saying? And say, hey, look, I don't want to even talk about it. Okay, I don't like robots. Okay, but you can say that. Okay, you know, but but again, robots are going to be part of our lives, and like AI is going to be part of our lives, and some people just don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But like people just didn't want to hear computers. Okay, now we got computers. Computers are a part of our lives. Okay, uh, we have you've got far more immediate part of your life now. So you're going to hear things that you're not gonna like. Okay, which is that's okay. Okay, you don't have to like it. Okay, you don't have to talk about it. You don't have to care about it. Okay, but then you're gonna see later. They're gonna say, "Wow, maybe robots are not a bad thing at all. You know what I'm saying? Maybe robots are a good thing. You know what I'm saying? But it all depends how you use it. It all depends how you build it. It all depends how you put the operating system in it. If you put the wrong operating system in it, okay, then you're gonna have a problem. But if you don't, and if you use robots for positive, then it's okay. But if you're going to use it for evil and have it do evil things, then we have a problem. But we want to address the situation. We want to address the situation before the situation happens. Okay, so I mean, you can do your research and stuff. Do your research. I did my research. Hey, look here. You know something? When I heard that robots were coming out, I didn't like it. But you know what? As a person, okay, as a person, I whether if I liked it or not, okay, it's here. It's coming. It's already here. Okay, whether I like it. Okay, so now I got to learn to actually adapt to it. Okay, so I learned to adapt to it. So what I did was I I did a research, okay, and I was like, wow, geez, robots are not so bad after all. Then I started making cardboard robots, and I started making, all kinds of stuff. Then I started doing all kinds of coding. But now, just a week ago, I just made an what do you call it? A fall ribbon. I just made a fall ribbon media app. Okay, and it's an Android app. It's not an iOS app. It's basically an Android app. And me and my son Jacob, he downloaded it to the Android, um, the Android tablet and the Android phone, but it's not in the Android Play Store yet. Okay, so we're working on it for it to go into the Play Store. So we're working on that. So once that hits the Play Store, then I become a developer. So and after that, so and once that does, then I become a developer. Then then I start charging for the app. Okay, so and then I start charging for the app. So later, but we're not there yet. So um, but the app is on the tablet and on the Android phone, but it's not in the Pacific in the Play Store yet. So once that gets in there, then that'll be towards the end. But what we want to do is we're going to end up finding a logo for it. Okay, so once we find a logo for it and the notifications for it, then I can go publicly with it and say, hey, we both of us can go publicly with it and say, hey, look, the app is in the App Store now. You guys want to download it? It's going to cost you this amount of money, and so forth. So, hey, you know something? And then as we go along, then we'd be making new stuff after then, new stuff after new stuff. Then we become partners with, other agencies like other companies, tech companies, and stuff like that too. That's where we're at right now. So and then later we be making robots and stuff like that. Then and we be building. we'd be building generation after generation. You know what I'm saying? So, as much as we can. So, this is exactly where we're at right now. So, we're that's where we're at right now, and that's what we're basically going to do. So, so, and let me tell you something. It's not bad. It's not gonna. It's not bad at all. So I mean, hey, but hey, you don't have to like it. Okay, you don't have to um, care about it. So that's your right not to. So, but I'm going to tell you um, that it is. Let's see here. So 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 now, okay, I just made my Facebook page public so everybody could, see the video. So it's going to, we're going to, do the best we can, okay, it's something that people people would yeah, and you would enjoy it. Okay, but see, like this right here, I like playing this.
Hello, I'm an intelligent robot. Come explore the world of robots with me.
Yeah. So it's a new I'd like to talk about different things. Okay, so that's why I um like to talk about these things. Okay, I don't like to talk about politics too much. But I want to talk about robots. I want to talk about different things now. So that's where we at right now. We're in a we're in a place right now where that uh, a different generation where robots are gonna they're gonna exist, okay, in different ways. You know what I'm saying? So uh, oh no, I'll talk about politics when I can, James. I will talk about politics when I can. But right now, this is what I'm talking about right now. So, and oh, more Healy, yeah, I've seen a lot of things with more Healy. More Healy is she's a character, that woman. And matter of fact, you know something? I honestly, let me see something here. Yeah, I forgot about that little dumpling, more Healy. Uh, and she's some kind of she's a character sometimes. And let's see here. Let me um, get to somewhere and because I know I seen a page. It was on social. It was actually it was on the media. Uh, yeah. Um, well, yeah. The most strongest great white shark is estimated weight of 1,700 pounds was just spotted in North Carolina and Outer Bank. Wow, wow, that's great. um, yeah, more Healy. Yeah, she's basically all over social media with her. Uh, yeah, she's all over social media, and and the Massachusetts House passed a bill. Uh, terms of these people, just I can't even read some of this stuff. The way people write. Oh Jesus! Let me see something. Let me look at. I'm gonna look at a few things here. Uh, let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, so caught up in projects that I'm doing right now. Matter of fact, James, me and Jake, we just made an app on we just made an app, a forward media app, but we're not going to we're gonna put a logo on it, and it's on the Android app, so it's on the Android app. Newport shows declining in the U.S. homicide rates in 2026. Yeah. Let's see here. What else is? I see what else is going on here. Yeah, I'll talk about politics. Yeah, Oh, you want to talk about Moy Healy? We'll talk about Moy Healy. I don't like her anyway. And then we can talk about Cal Fiola too. We can talk about Ken Fiola. How these people all going to lose their seats because of the you know because their lack of transparency and so uh, let's see here. Uh, you know what? I'm going to go to my YouTube channel. Matter of fact, I gotta do this first before anything. I create an app. I gotta create something here. A new tab. All right, YouTube baby. Let's see YouTube, and let's look at what Moy Healy's doing. These are all my creations of robots and stuff that I like to do. But Moy Healy, let's see what Moy Healy's got to say more. Um, hey, okay, Governor. I want to go to YouTube right now. That one. So I'm trying to let me see articles. Um, articles. Let's see. Article. How you spell it? CARTIC. See. Article definition means. Oh, all right. Uh, let's see here. How do you spell articles? A R T I Uh, let's see. Yes. Let's see if I can get it. Oh yeah, right here, definitely. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, right here. Yeah. Let me see if I can get the continue to read the whole entire thing. Oh yeah, the governor. Yeah. Let me see this. Share screen. Oh yeah. I have to. Yeah, I got the article. Let's see, I got parts of the article here. Let me see. Well, I'm going to read it from here. In July of 2026, a rumor was spreading online that Massachusetts Governor Moy Healy uh, divided 100 million taxpayers and money to help illegal immigrants and families claiming up to um, 30,000 each over the prior of 2 years, claiming organizing with the rights of leaning media outlets such as Fox News, which is reports that the governor disclosed a statement shelter program in favor of a program to help these in need find more stable housing and meddling shifts that cost for one program to another. This assumption that every family in taking the new program receiving 30,000 with no strings attached is by only in, invasion only a imposing strict requirements that include meeting and certain income threshold, paying at least 30% towards the rent, and being a Massachusetts resident, is claiming Healy 100 million taxpayers' money funds programs appears to be accurate based on the state publicity, available budget information, and confirmation that the program funding by the state SNAP reaches out to Healy's office and in comment on the use of taxpayers' funds. Further monetary dis- dis- distribution information. We will update the article if we receive a response. So yeah, wow. Just believing that Governor Moy Healy is, going to give the illegal aliens 30,000 then 100 and what's it one what I say 100 million from it's this is all coming from the taxpayers' money. So I mean, look at it. It's so crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know, and this is why we have people running for governor like Brian Shortsleeve um, and what's the other guy? Well, Brian Shortsleeve. So I support Brian Shortsleeve in the in the governor's race. So, and I support him. You know what I'm saying? So, and for right now, you know what I'm saying. Because the other guy, I don't know, what's going on with the other guy, but Brian Shortsleeve is, I support Brian Short, but I suggest everyone, whether if you're a right wing or a left wing, yeah, I mean, I think you guys should support Brian Shortsleeve. I think Brian Shortsleeve is going to do an excellent job in the in the state. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and if it would be based on along with Boomer Amro, one that's run for state senator. Because once he's in a state senator, Boomer's going to be working with Brian Shortsleeve in the state senator. So, with all that, I mean, it's I mean, hey, you know, because Brian Shortsleeve is not for the illegal aliens. Boomer Emerald is not for the illegal aliens too. So, I mean, but we want good government. You know what I'm saying? We don't want bad government. We want good government. Same thing with the federal government. Okay, we want good government. Because if we have good government, then and we wouldn't have to worry about where our tax dollars are going. You know what I'm saying? So we wouldn't have to worry about that. But the only thing that we probably have to worry about, um, is the left. I think it's the left wing or the right wing Democrats and stuff like that, getting into getting into people's faces. You know what I'm saying? So, we want good government. Based on what I just said today, I don't know if it made any sense to anybody, but Moore Healy, I mean, it's we need to base we need to make a base. Okay, we need to change government. You know what I'm saying? Because if we change government, okay, it'll be better off. Some people love the illegals in here. Some people enjoy. Some people don't. Some people don't. It's a back and forth thing. You know what I'm saying? People would actually argue to keep them here, but we don't want them here. Governor Moore Healy keeps on slamming Trump all the time and not focusing on what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? Moore Healy keeps on trashing ICE all the time. You know what I'm saying? And not focusing on what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? So Moore Healy is like off her baseline. She's not focusing on what she needs to do here. You know what I'm saying? So she's not focusing on us. She's mostly focusing on Trump and everything else and stuff, and worrying about what Trump is doing instead of worrying about what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? And even Mayor Wolf, or even Mayor Wolf from Boston, the mayor in Boston, she said she's not supporting. She's a Democrat, and she's not even supporting Moore Healy and she's not supporting Moore Healy. She says no. She said that one time. She said that one time in an interview that she's not supporting Moore Healy because of what Moore Healy is doing to the state. You know what I'm saying? Keep adding on deficits to the budget, and making the budget more higher, and supporting the illegal aliens. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but yeah, I mean, hey, look, my family came from Azores. Okay, my family came from my family were um, came from Azores. But see, the good thing about that, my grandmother, my grandfather, they all had green cards before they came over here. So they all applied for the green cards before they came over. Okay. And then once the green cards, they know that the green cards were going to run out. So they applied for their citizenship. And that's how they became citizens of this country. And, doing the right thing is better. Okay. Because, And I don't understand why people listen to Sleepy Joe a lot. You know what I'm saying? So Sleepy Joe was sleeping when he told everybody that everything was for free in America. Oh my gosh, yeah, sure. But you know what? Nothing's for free. So I have a job at Stop and Shop. Okay. And if we thought that things were for free at Stop and Shop, everybody would be start shopping for free. Okay. We wouldn't be collecting a paycheck. I'll be honest with you on that one. Okay. I mean, so that's why I thought it was funny when that was said when Joe was in office. But Joe reminds me of my robot. Okay. But always wants to go to sleep a lot. So so it's like if you don't talk to my robot, okay, if you don't talk to him, and he'll say he's bored and he'll go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So he reminds me of Sleepy Joe. So but it's funny as hell though. I mean, I'm just having fun. But see, there he is. So he's going to talk to you. Say hello to him. He's going to talk to you.
Hello, I'm an intelligent robot.
That's my sidekick.
Come explore the world of robots with me.
James loves this one.
No, sir.
So yeah, so I just had to shut him off a little bit, but he's actually going to move forward of this. But I'll tell you though, um, it is, but no, nothing's free. Okay, nothing's free, and sometimes people will actually find out about these things. You know what I'm saying? So why is it free? No, it's not. It can't be. It can't be free. It can't. You know what I'm saying? Because me and uh, my my co-workers, we wouldn't be getting paid if it was free. None of us would be working. Let's put it that way. And that point. But Governor Moore Healy, though, she's focusing on more of Trump and everything else. Stuff. She shouldn't even be worried about Trump. She should be worried about what's going on over here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So yeah, she's off her game, and let me tell you, I think she's. Let's put it this way: I think she's lost control of her office, and she has no control of it whatsoever because she's taking on things that shouldn't be. Um, Now, New Bedford, the uh, the firehouse. Now it's kind of funny though that they found money. Okay, they found money for that. Okay, of course. I mean, of course they're gonna find money for the New Bedford firehouse. Okay, of course, because you want to know why? Because it's election year, and election, and none of the politicians don't want to lose their seats. That's why. Hey, let's not shut down the firehouse in New Bedford. Okay, let's not. Let's bring the money out there. Of course. Okay, and that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's election year. Same thing with Alan Sylvia. Same thing with Alan Sylvia. I don't believe Alan Sylvia at all. I don't even believe that he was for the audit. The only reason why he's for the audit is because he wants to keep his seat because it's election year. Okay, so I know politicians. Okay, um, and they want to keep their seat. So Alan Silva is going to be for the audit. But the only problem with that, okay, the only problem with that is that now Alan Silva is not going to get any funding at all because of he basically supports the audit, which is good. I'm glad. Okay, I'm glad in a way. But is he doing it because he wants to keep his seat, or is he doing it because it's the right thing to do? You know what I'm saying? So we don't know that part. You know what I'm saying? Until the debates come up and everything, and people ask that question: Are you doing it because it's the right thing to do, or you're doing it because it's this you're keeping your seat? know what I'm saying? So, but the audit, and I believe, and Cal Fiola, and the reason why Cal Fiola is not supporting the audit because now, okay, now she's getting all the funding. Alan Sylvia is not, okay. So, and that's why the autistic park was out, but we're going to get that autistic park no matter what because there is funding. There is people out there donating money to that park. I don't know how much money, but if James, if you're still on, you can put it up there and let me know how much money was donated so I could, review it on Forward Media News. So and and it's ridiculous, you know. Um, but yeah. So yeah, but there is a lot of oh wait, well he says, what do you mean you don't want to talk about politics? He's a character, this guy. Oh no, it's he keeps the whole city alive. uh, uh, he keeps everybody on their toes. Um, but Moy Healy. Well, yeah. So I mean, I'm glad he actually brought that up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad he did because that maybe that's something that needs to be said. So, but yeah, the hopefully Diana Diago, the state auditor. I hope that she's comes to I hope everybody comes to a conclusion that to support it. But people are just arguing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth over it. But hey, and they know that it passed at 72%. They knew it. They knew that. They knew it all the time. Because something, my wife and I, we're the ones that supported the audit. We're the ones that voted for it too, as well. So either way, we're going to get that audit. It doesn't matter. We got people out there exercising their First Amendment right. So we have um, basically all over the country. We have auditors all over the country exercising their rights, and and sometimes people would like it. Some people don't like it. Some people will go after the auditors for exercising their First Amendment right, which is they can get arrested if they do. Um, you know, let's see here. Let me look it up. Okay, so what did the Supreme Court say about that? Okay, let's ask Google about it and see what Google's got to say. What did the Supreme Court say about exercising the First Amendment rights? Okay, right now we have, let me see here. The Supreme Court has consistently ruled that the First Amendment right are among the most fundamental, protecting free speech and press, religion, and peaceful assembly from the government, and interfering. While these rights are not absolute, it's absolute. Um, the court has established that the speech of causing intimate violence or true threat can be restricted, but protecting the rights of different without the government uh, decision. Let's see here. The court has really interpret these rights through several landmarks and perspective and modern application. Police and private spaces, the courts determined that the individual is do not shed their First Amendment right at the schoolhouse gates and similarly. justice, and classification. What is all this? Freedom. Let me see here. Let me look up. But but we still have, um, you know, um, we still have freedom of the press, and and so we do have freedom of the press. We do have it, and we have the right to stand in parking lots. We have the right to record what we can see out in the parking lot. But some people just don't want cameras in the store unless they're biting you in, to promote their business. But still, I mean, there's cameras in the store. Okay, I mean, everybody's basically being recorded. Okay, so and so everybody's being recorded. I mean, everywhere you go, people got cameras. I got body cams. Okay, I wear them when I'm riding my e-bike, and there's cameras now all over every street light in Fall River, and probably Somerset and Swansea too. I'll put a bet on that one. Um, and probably Seaconk, Westport, and everything else stuff all over the highways now. You know what I'm saying? Because of the stuff that's going on, from in Massachusetts throughout the whole entire country. They're putting what do you call it up? Um, so I mean that's all right, and I'm glad that they have cameras. And something, and I'm glad that they are we have cameras, because you want to know why? Huh? I'll tell you exactly why. Okay. Because you know why? So people don't run red lights. People don't. That way, cameras can see what we can't see. Okay. If we're not there, you know what I'm saying? Cameras, the ones with the balls that you see. Okay, they have, um, you know, they can turn around. They can do a 360. Okay, the camera ones, they can actually do basically a 360. And I like those cameras. The ones that do a 360, they do a spin around. You know what I'm saying? So, and they can pick up everything from uh, a 200 block, maybe a 500 to 1,000 blocks. You know what I'm saying? They can pick it up. You know what I'm saying? As the event is happening, they can pick up accidents everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So you don't underestimate those cameras, because those cameras are very powerful. The ones that they basically the government puts up there. So they're very powerful cameras. They do like a 360, and they zoom right in on the accident. They can zoom in on anything on the street and everything else. And that's the life that we live right now. Okay, so because there ain't no expectations of privacy anymore. Okay, so everything you do, you're being watched. Okay, you're being watched. Whether if you're on a corner, doing a deal on a corner, you're being watched. Camera picks that shit right up really quick. Boom, simple. Okay, or if you rob somebody, cameras got you right on the spot. Okay, wherever you are. If there's no camera in the neighborhood, there may be a camera across the street. You don't know. Okay, and it can zoom in right on you, and boom. Okay, yeah, that's the guy right there that robbed that old lady. You know what I'm saying? So, and boom. Okay, there's your evidence. Okay, and now you can't say that the camera's lying, or it's not me. So if it's not you, then who was it? You know what I'm saying? So basically, okay. So you can't basically get away with nothing. So basically, I would not be afraid. So basically, right now, okay, where you can hide your face under a mask, you can actually do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, and David, this for what we Fall River to the money rates. Yeah, I can agree with this guy here. So yeah, I can agree. With him. Fall River money rights. Yeah. No, absolutely. I totally agree with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the school system over here is all messed up. We haven't paid off Durfee High School yet. And so we haven't, and now Diamond's being built. Diamond's already built, so we haven't even paid that off yet. So I mean, we got debt going everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And every time they build something, they raise the taxes. They raise the homeowner taxes. They raise basically a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? That taxes are being raised based on what they spend. Okay, so it's based on what they spend. Okay, so if they spend uh, if they spend $100 million, okay, then what they're going to do is to coop that money back. They're gonna raise taxes to get it back. Okay, so yeah, so it's either way, that they're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, and or property taxes, or they raise the property taxes. Which is it's not right. They shouldn't even raise the property taxes. They should just leave the property taxes alone. So, but with that being said, but Moy Healy, yeah, she's all. I mean, I've been watching her step by step. She cares. She's more focusing on Trump, and than she is focusing on the people that live in Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying? So she just basically just leave the federal agency alone. Let the federal agency, and leave ICE alone. Okay, so because ICE, okay, is a federal agency, not a state agency. They have the right to be in Boston. She doesn't know that. She thinks that, just because she's the damn governor, I can do this, I can do that. No, she cannot do that. Okay, just because she's the governor of Massachusetts, she can't. Okay, she cannot do anything. Okay, and she can't go and say, well, I'm gonna file this here and a restraining order on the government on ICE. ICE is a federal agency where the ICE can go anywhere they want in Massachusetts, anywhere, because they are federal. Okay, she just this woman just don't understand that. Okay, she thinks she can do whatever she wants because she's the governor. She's not. Something, and this is why things are upside down. Okay, because of her theories and her. Oh, Trump is not giving me federal funding. Why? Because you keep going after him. That's why he ain't giving you federal funding. And he cares less if he gives you federal funding. He ain't worried. Okay? you know, it's and again, Trump thinks that she's a tyrant, and which is she is a tyrant. And she'll always be a tyrant. I know big people don't like Trump because the reason why people don't like Trump because Trump is doing the right thing. Okay? That's why they don't like him. Okay? You know, I mean, yeah, loudmouth. But hey, you know something? Sometimes we need a loudmouth. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we need it. Let me tell you something. If I was president of the United States and I ran for president, okay, and I was up in the Oval Office and I started passing this and passing that and doing this and doing that, and stuff, right? Yeah, of course not. You're not going to be my friend. You're going to criticize me too. So basically, you're going to criticize, even if I'm doing the right thing, you're going to criticize me. Okay? If I'm doing the right thing. Okay? You're going to criticize me. And that's okay to be criticized. Okay? It is. It's okay. You know, that's politics. Once you get into politics and you're a public figure, that's what happens. Same thing with Fall River Media News. Okay, once you're a public figure, you're going to get criticized. Of course, people criticize everyone. I criticize people too. I mean, you know, um, when they do things wrong, I'll criticize. I'll criticize the politicians when they do things wrong. I'll criticize the police when they do things wrong. That's my right. I'm saying to do so. Okay, so you know, let me see. Let's see here. Free speech. Let's see. There's something else here too. So, First Amendment use of the Constitution provides the government must not bridge the freedom of speech of the press, free speech, as long as considered of one of the particular of the democracy, explaining it importance of Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. declared that the best test of truth is the power of the thought to get itself accepted, and compensation of the market at faith in the marketplace of ideas is to continue brutal First Amendment law since the First World War of the Supreme Court has grappled within how far the government can go in restricting speech. This often requires asking thresholds questions that speech of First Amendment proposal of the Supreme Court has found that the speech may extend beyond the spoken and writing words into the area of express conduct in which action sent a symptomatic message. For example, they cannot burn a flag or wearing a black arm band as received the First Amendment protection case involving campaign financing have shown that sometimes even certain use of money considered a speech. So basically, let's see here. See what else we got going on here. All right, so we're gonna go back. Let's see. I like to put this stuff out there. So, what did the First Amendment right say under the Constitution of the United States when you can criticize police officers? What did the law say? How about that? Under the First Amendment, you have clearly established the constitutional right to criticize credibility, challenging, and even use of profanity, profanity of making rude gestures and gestures at police officers. Officers cannot legally arrest you or issue a citation simplified because they find a speech annoying or disrespectful. What is not protected, fighting words, speech that directs face to face and personal insults that the highly likely provide immediate violation restrictions is not protected. Truth thread you cannot threaten a officer with a physical harm. Incitements of a violent you cannot actively encourage a crowd of attack at officers or commit crimes. Obstruction or interfering, you are legally required to obey a lawful direct order. Step back or move behind perimeters. Like, say, if you're in New York City, okay, and you're not behind the barriers, police officer can say, "Hey, look, psst, get behind the barrier. You need to be behind the barrier." So, That too, you are related to the rights of filming the police, federal courts across the country, including the First Circuit, which is covers Massachusetts, has established that First Amendment right protection on the right to photograph and record on duty police officers and police space and long as to do, not physically interfere with their duties. So, in other words, you cannot really interfere with their duties, but you can record, but not interfere with their duties, unless they come up to you and want to make a statement. Say that there's a murder on the street or something, and say the police stumbled on a murder and you were there and you're recording and stuff like that, and there's no press allowed. So basically, what happens there is that the police, if they want to, use you as the press and and talk to you about certain things that occurred in that event, um, then the police are more than welcome to do so. You know what I'm saying? Um, Contesting, let me see, photographing, recording duties of police officers, public spaces, and long as you don't not physically interfere with their duties. But contesting retaliation if police is unlawfully arrest you for exercising your free speech, the rights you may have as grounds to file a civil right lawsuit, such as a Section 1983 claim for unlawful arrest and retaliation. So sometimes police officers will actually do that. You know what I'm saying? They'll arrest you, and they will. I've seen that many times on Facebook. They go after auditors. They arrest them, and now even police officers, they open themselves up to a civil lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Because of it. You know what I'm saying? So um, let's see here. What did the Supreme Court say about arresting auditors? The U.S. Supreme Court has never directly ruled that the First Amendment orders or citizens' rights to be recorded public officials. Instead, has established foundational press freedom and a public right to gather information. This leaves a law federal court. Freedom public law federal court and state injunction to set the specific rules. So, for the clear understanding how the law generally applies to legal landscape and typically governed by ruling the federal appellate level, the key presenting protection rights of the record. Most federal courts are appeals such as the First, Fifth, and Ninth and 11th Circuit has ruled that the citizens and journalists have recognized the First Amendment right to film police officers and government officials performing their duties in public spaces. Landmark circuit decisions, cases like Gill versus uh, Gunfield, First Circuit, and Smith versus City of Cumming, 11th Circuit, establishing that filming public officials in public areas is protected speech as long as the person is recording does not interfere with the officer's duties. No blank exemption, being the First Amendment audit, does not grant immunity from other law. Arrest auditors are usually upholding the additional interfere with the police activities, ignoring lawful disposal order, or refuses to comply with restrictions on private or non public government property, where limitations apply, reasonable restrictions that the right to film is subject to reasonable times and places and manner. Restrictions law enforcement can lawfully restrict filming if it's threatened officers' safety or physically obstruction and active investigation. Non-public forum while in forum while sidewalks and public parks are considered traditional public forms in government buildings like police stations, libraries, post offices, or school has more restrictions, or the courts have allowed agencies to enforce strict no recording or no littering policies is non public areas like maintaining order to protect private. If you are dealing with specific situations involving auditors, let me know. In this film is upping outdoors or public and outside government buildings, and Pacific action is local law led to disputes. Yeah, well, there was a lot of. There's basically a lot of there's been a lot of lawsuits lately because even the citizens will go up to you. Oh, you're not allowed to record me. You need permission. No, you don't need permission to record anybody. Okay, you don't. So and plus you don't need a press ID either because actually, you know what I know what I did. I researched that too. So uh, so I researched that too. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a press pass, okay, at all, okay? You don't. I mean, I could go outside with my camera. I can go and record basically, and I can go behind a police station and record the cruisers over there as long as that I am outside the perimeters, not inside the perimeters, as long as I'm standing out in the public where that I could see everything. You know what I'm saying? So even in parks, you can. You can record a police station as long as you're out on the sidewalk. Okay, they cannot say anything. Okay, so they can come out and ask you questions, but under the First Amendment or I think it's the First Amendment, you don't have to answer them. Okay, and if they ask you for ID, you don't have to answer them unless they suspect you of a criminal act. Okay, so so you don't have to. But if they say to you, well, an awful order, trespass, then you say, look, okay, you just said that you're going to trespass me. So what they do is they just leave. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. You know? So so I did my research and my research is really cool. I'm saying so. I'm glad I look all this up because I do a lot of or I do use my camera. A lot of times I do go like this, and then sometimes I do use my camera to record things and stuff like that. So as long as you're out on the sidewalk, you're fine. Um, you can't basically go in the on the well, you can't go in the police station. Let me look that up. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little bit exaggerating here a little bit. So let me look that up. Can you go on the police property to record, or even inside the police station? What did the circuit? What did the Supreme Court say about that? What is the law? The answer depends on where on the police property you are, whether you are in a open and public. In general, public areas are police stations, such as the uh, lobby of in front encounter, and often open to visitors. In many places, you may record there unless there are unlawful contacts and neutral restrictions or of your interfering with police operations. Non-public areas, offices are holding cells, evidence rooms, secure hallways, booking areas are not open to the public. The general is do not have a First Amendment right to enter and remain there to record without permission. Refusing to leave could result in a trespass charge. Great. All right. Well, at least I know that one. As for the U.S. Supreme Court, has not issued a brand ruling saying that people have a constitutional right to record inside the police station or on all police property, but there is no Supreme Court case that specifically grants a general right to film anywhere on police property. However, in many federal courts or appeals have recognized that the First Amendment generally protects the rights to record police officers performing their duties in public places as long as you are not interfering with their police duties. Obeying lawful order will relate to safety, crime scenes, and remain in the area where the public is allowed to be. For the Massachusetts lending case regarding the rights to openly record police in public is uh, Glick versus gun knife. That case was held by openly recording police officers performing their duties in public places and protecting the First Amendment is not the whole that people may record anywhere inside the police station. Particularly outside the police station is by public sidewalks and public places. Like generally, yes, you are not interfering in the public lobby. Recording may allow, but police may enforce reasonable rules that applies to anyone. In restricted areas, no general First Amendment right enters or records. If you are asked specifically about Massachusetts laws, particular police stations, I can explain how those rules have been applied to there. Yes, I want to hear it. All right, for Massachusetts laws in general, for affordable to record police but important limits, here's how it works. Outside the police station on public sidewalks, yes, streets or other public areas generally have their First Amendment right to record police officers performing their duties as long as you do not interfere. This comes from the First Circuit decision and Gillick versus gun, knife, and later case. Hmm. I don't know if I gun Glik versus Cunniffe in a later case. So yeah, well, possibility, permission because we want to record. Well, let's put it this way: there is no there is no expectations of privacy anywhere. So, and good luck with you know taking good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? No expectations of privacy anywhere. You can be recorded. You can but again, if someone puts their hand on an auditor and he's recording, he has the right to pepper spray you in the face. So he has that right as long as he has, um, you know, evidence on video saying that you started it first. You put his hands on him first. As long as he has evidence backing that up, and he presses charges, and you end up getting locked up and being uh, you know um, uh, uh, if you break his stuff, his camera, then you would actually be charged with um, assault and battery. Um, you'd be charged, and then you'd be handcuffed, and you'd be processed in the county jail. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that is. Let me see here. Let me look that up. Okay, let me see something here. What happens if you put your hands on a auditor while he's recording in public on the sidewalk? Okay. If someone physically puts their hands on a person who is lawfully recording from a public sidewalk, it can have a legal consequences and extend outcome depend on what happened and the law of the state. But generally, a person grabbing and pushing or striking the person recording could be considered assault and battery, assault and or a battery under the law. If someone grabs the camera or phone and blocks it with force or tries to take it away, they could potentially face criminal charges or a civil liberty depending on the circumstances. If the person is recording on a public sidewalk where they have legal rights to be, is not interfering with police and committing any other offenses, that fact that they are recording does not by itself justify someone using physical force against them. So the title of an audit, such as a First Amendment audit, does not give someone any special legal rights beyond those of any other person, like which does not remove other people's rights. Everyone is expected to obey the law, and the person recording is trespassing, physical interfering with police duties, threatening someone, or committing other crimes. Their legal analyst is changed that officers or properties owners may have lawfully authority to take certain action consistent with a law. If you are asked specifically about Massachusetts, I can explain Massachusetts of assault and battery and laws of the court's decisions to apply someone recording in public on sidewalks. So, I mean, we have that and that's what's good about living in Mass. That's what's good about living in America, because the First Amendment audit protects your rights. The First Amendment audit protects police officers' rights too. Okay, and that's why you see that's why you would see a lot of these auditors out there, because we are protecting your rights. Okay, so I mean, but most people don't understand that. Okay, that we are protecting their rights. Okay, they shouldn't even, wherever you see an auditor recording, just remember he's protecting your rights. Okay, and because he don't, and he'll tell you, an auditor will tell you that, well, you know what, why we're out here, because we're about to lose our rights, so that's why we're out here trying to, uh, you know, um, protect our rights under the First Amendment. Okay, so because I mean that's it. So I mean, you don't. I mean, there's no sense of even going after them because you're only going to get pepper sprayed in the face, and you're only going to get arrested. Okay, for attacking them. So I mean, if you see an auditor around, I mean, I'm out there sometimes recording, so I'm out there a lot recording, and I like to because no why? Because it gives me that freedom. It gives me that gives me that right under the constitutional under the First Amendment. You know what I'm saying? It gives me that. Even if even the Second Amendment right, if I was carrying, okay, it feels good because I live in America, knowing that I can carry a weapon. You know what I'm saying? You know, or a handgun or something. You know what I'm saying? That's why I. That's why I'm not afraid, of cameras. You know what I'm saying that's why because if I was, why honestly though, but why be afraid of cameras? Okay, when you know you should be afraid of a handgun or something or somebody coming up and attacking you. Don't be afraid of cameras because something. Cameras protect everybody. Okay, cameras protect everyone. Okay, and that's what it does. So I don't know why people are scared, but they shouldn't be. So, but anyways, that, but they shouldn't even, be afraid. Let me see here. So, anyways, I just wanted to come on today and yeah, talk a little about my robot. I'm glad James brought up the Governor Moore Healy thing. But she's a tyrant. Okay, Governor Moore Healy, yeah, she's basically a tyrant, and she'll always be a tyrant. Okay, and let me see, and yeah, and sometimes police officers can be a tyrant, so they can be, but but you know. I'm glad I got to discuss what I needed to discuss, but the main part of the whole thing here, people are so much afraid of robots and why. You know what I'm saying? Why? I mean, it's they have this specific theory about robots. Okay, why? Because it does this. Okay, because it does that. People don't like AI. Well, folks, I'm going to tell you, AI. I mean, it's here. I don't. I basically, I'll be honest. I basically don't like it. But hey, something. So why it's here, I might as well use it. I'm saying, and we're all gonna have robots. We're gonna have robots among us. Okay, soon. Okay, and it's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not saying for you to roll with it, but what else is to do? You know what I'm saying? So we all have to roll with it. You know what I'm saying? We got Marty again. We got Marty and Stop and Shop on Rodman Street, Stop and Shop on Laurel Street. We got Stop and Shop on Somerset, Seaconk, and everything else and stuff. Hey, look at even Walmart's got a robot too that goes around once in a while and scans the whole entire aisle and sends the report over to corporate. I mean, hey, it's here. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we could, we can complain all we want. It's either complain or roll with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You know. Look at we got self scan at we got self scans at Aldi's. We got a self scan at Stop and Shop, Rodman Street. probably Somerset. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have to roll with it unless they change their mind and put more registers than you know than self scans, right? And it's less headaches, But I don't know what their idea is, but hey, it is what it is. We all have to roll with these things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can complain and all day long, but at the end of the day, what do we do? At the end of the day, it's we go our separate ways, and we go we go on with our day. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, people complain all they want. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I mean, you can complain. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's your right to complain. Everybody complains. You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't? I hear it every day when people complain. Brrr. Yep. So, I mean, it's basically what it's called. It's like an engine of a car. Never stops. Brrr. So that's what it is. Okay. Never stop. Brrr. Until until the gas runs out, or until the what do you call it? The carburetor dies. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's when the hand stops. Yeah, that's how it is. But that's people's First Amendment right too. I mean, to motor mouth never stops, and you gotta love it. So let me see here. What is basically the weather today? I gotta go eat lunch. I have to work tomorrow too, so let's see what the weather is. Let's see here. All right, so today's 62, 78. Tomorrow it's going to be in the 60s, 80s, very hot. Saturday, 59, 79. Sunday, 59, 76. Monday, the next Monday after that is going to be Monday after that is good. Well, Monday is going to be 60, 79. Tuesday, 55% chance of rain, 65, 77. Wednesday, 60%, 67, 79, 60% chance of rain and lightning. Then Thursday, 40% chance of rain, 66, 76. Then Friday again would be 66, 81. Saturday, it will be 67, 83. So that's your weather from Fall River Media News. Oh, the air quality is good. Air quality index is 26, which is similar from yesterday about this time. So that is the forecast from Fall River Media News, and I will discuss more. And I also will be testing out more robots. Probably not like this one. Maybe dog robots and stuff like that. Testing them out. Maybe drawing them. And again, me, me and my son, we had our app. He downloaded the app on an Android tablet. My app, Forward Media News app, on a download on a Android tablet, and and a Android um, and an Android phone and an Android phone. So and but it's there, and but we still have to look for a logo for it, and then see how we can get it to notifications, and then at the end, we will be discussing. We will talk, and then once we decide, after we're done testing it out, and once we decide, it's okay to, put it in the app store, then we'll figure out how to do that too. And then once it's in the app store, the developers become the developers, if they approve it and they like it, and they put it in the app store, then I become a developer myself. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna test the waters first, and and build a logo for it. But it's gonna be a long time before we it ends up in the app store. Uh, just please look out for that. I don't know how much I'm going to charge. I may uh, you know um, charge like maybe $25 a month. You know what I'm saying? If people want to download it, they want to use it. And if they do, what I do is I will continue on making more contents with Forward Media News, talking about politics, talking about the things that should be done, and talking about creators and everything and things like that too. But I will make it interesting, and I will make it fun. That way, it's I don't have a that way you guys are not listening to a boring app too. And decide to delete it and say, nah, I don't want to listen to this. But and now have people come on my show. The people that I used to have on my show, like James and stuff like that. Once you're on my show, then you're on my app. So basically, so you become part of you know, the app. Yeah. So and people can listen to your story, and listen to the things that you like to do. Like what is your hobbies? What do you like to do? And people would actually listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's it's interesting, and I will make it interesting, and I will make it fun. You know what I'm saying? So that way my app is not boring. You know what I'm saying? That way, because sometimes I know James likes to talk about places that he goes that people love to hear, and the history, all histories and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's let it to be fun. You know what I'm saying? And have a good time with it. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm having a good time with this dude right here.
Hello, I'm an intelligent robot.
Why can parrots imitate human speech? The muscles in the parrot's throat that control vocalizations are particularly developed, capable of producing clear tones, and its tongue is soft, slender, and flexible, capable of mimicking human voices. After training, it can imitate human speech. Why do cats like to catch mice? Cats are carnivorous animals and can only capture animals smaller than themselves, while mice contain a large amount of taurine in their bodies, which can prevent cats from losing their vision. So mice have become the best food for cats.
Oh, there you go, right? Let me see something here.
Let me sing a song for you.
Mary had a little lamb, little lamb,
Cool.
little lamb.
That used to be my kindergarten song.
Little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, Mary went, Mary went, and everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. It followed her to school one day, school one day, school one day. It followed her to school one day. That was against the rules.
There you go. See that?
Let's listen to music together.
Yeah. See, that's awesome, though. I like it.
Please begin your message after the beep.
Hey Sanders, what is your next step today? What is your hobbies today?
Hey Sanders, what is your next step today? What is your hobbies today? Hey Sanders, what is your next step today? What is your hobbies today? Turning left. Turning left.
He wants to turn left. All right, we're gonna put this down here a bit so we can see him. Want to turn right?
Move forward, my friend.
See, you gotta go like this.
Move forward, my friend.
Move back.
Watch out. I'm backing up.
Yeah. Well, if you wave the hand in
Turning
front,
left. Turning left.
that's fun. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for watching, and thanks James for watching, and James, thank you for bringing up the Healy stuff, Governor Moore Healy. I'm gonna try to do my shows on Wednesdays because I've been doing a lot of projects and stuff, and plus now I'm going to be getting. So I have to go down to New Bedford and register for school in New Bedford for my diploma. So right after Labor Day. So that would be, yeah. So right after Labor Day. I got to do that. I have to bring my transcripts down here and everything else because um, they took away the night school over here for Derby High School, so they took away that, and so there's no night school here anymore. And BCC is being tyrants about bringing people back again, the ones that are already been to the basic education. So they're being tyrants again. So about that. So I have no choice now to. I don't know. It's because of the illegals or not. I'm assuming that's what it is. May be, may not be. I don't know. But no, but hey, something. New Bedford is willing to accept me, so and that's basically where I'm going to go. So because the public schools out here, the schools out here, they, uh, I don't have any words for them. You know what I'm saying? Not as long as Mayor Paul Coogan is mayor. You know what I'm saying? So and I'm going to tell you, he was the weakest mayor that we ever had in history, where um, Will Flanagan was the strongest mayor around. Okay, and and whatever he had thrown at him, and he fixed it. Okay, until the storm started. So, but anyways, we're not sure if Will's going to run for mayor. We're not sure if Will's going to run for mayor or not. It's just speculation on Facebook. So we don't know that yet. So until he gives until Will gives the official word. So speculation. You know what I'm saying? People assuming that is, and it's not. So it's speculation. So we'll see because Jazel Correa's out of jail. So and you know something. I mean, and let me look that up too before I go, because let me look that up because this ought to be interesting to look up. Can a former mayor run for mayor again, even if he was convicted of corruption? Well, there's your answer right here. Yes, in many places in the United States, a former mayor who was convicted of corruption can still run for mayor again, but it depends on the law of the state. And sometimes the city of a criminal conviction does not automatically prevent someone from running for or holding elections office anywhere. There are really examples of this. Joe uh, Jimin was convicted of a federal corruption charge and several and served a prison time and was later elected mayor of Bridgeport, Connecticut again. Shirley Dixon was convicted of misconduct, resigned, and later ran for mayor again. If you are asking about Massachusetts, yes, I am. Legal establishment, yeah. Let's see, yes. So Massachusetts, the answer is yes, sometimes, but depend on the conviction. A former mayor who was convicted of corruption is not automatically barred forever from running for mayor again. How someone in Massachusetts lawmakers and persons established to hold public office if they were convicted of a certain state and public corruption or often offense, for example, conviction under specific section in Massachusetts laws can make persons establish election of an appointment public office, although if someone's case in court may remove remove that disabilities after at least 5 years. So on that hand, is a conviction was a different offense, but such as a certain federal corruption crimes or crimes are not covered by these specific in Massachusetts statutes of the person may still be legally able to run, although voters automatically decide whether to elect them. Liabilities and depend on the extent conviction and civil disqualification under the state law. Yeah. So the answer is yes. The answer is yes. Even prisoners are allowed to vote too. So and but I think the if someone wrote a letter to the Supreme Court and said, "Look, what I'm saying, we should overturn this case because of mayors are being corrupted and they're robbing the taxpayers. They shouldn't even be. Yeah, you're right. I mean, they shouldn't even be. They shouldn't even. But and plus, it also depends on the offense and stuff like that. It all depends. You know what I'm saying? So, and it'd be up to the people, the taxpayers, if they really want to vote for him or not. If they do, then they're kind of like a little slow if they do. But other than that, but anyways, I'm going to leave you with this, with my buddy here. So take care, everybody. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of your day because I have a few things to do myself. So take care, everybody. And I'll try to make it up on Wednesday. And if you got anything for me to talk about, man, leave a message me or something. You know what I'm saying? Or message me. You know what I'm saying? And I'll talk about it. If anything in Pacific that you want to talk about. So all right. So take care, everybody. Have a great day. I will speak to you guys later. Bye now. Dave Mead, Fall River Media News. And thank you all for listening to Mr. Sanders over here too. I mean, and he was also the star of the show. He was also demonstrating too as well. Too is all right. So take care, everybody. Have a great day.